Hey guys, this Cornrows to Twist hairstyle made its rounds all over social media, and I'm going to be showing you the detailed tutorial on how I do this hairstyle for my 6-year-old Naomi. I start with freshly washed, conditioned, and detangled hair, and while it's still wet, I generously apply Uncle Funky's Curl Magic Curl Stimulator all throughout the hair. Then using my rat tail comb, I part very thin rows on one side of the head going halfway back, and I cornrow them all the way down. Since I'm making very small braids starting from the hairline, I'm being very gentle so I don't snag any of her hair out, especially in this area, as you can tell from my finger placement. I'm not tugging and pulling the hair tightly into the braid. I'm merely just keeping my finger in place and wrapping the hair around it to create the braid.
Seriously? You think I was scared of that? That's the whole time you thought I was scared? I'm not scared, okay? I'm not scared of that.
Now if you just saw, once the braid is off the scalp, I braid about another centimeter down, and then I split the middle section into two and then attach them to the outer strands and then twist all the way down. I'll continue this on this half of the head, and then I start every other row back a little further. Someone on Instagram said it almost looks like tiger stripes, so if that helps you on where to part the hair, then think of it that way. I use Shine and Jam when I braid to help clean up the parts and give the hair a little bit more grip, but because it gives good grip, sometimes it gets to the end of the hair strand, so what you'll want to do if it's not slipping out your hand as easily as it should be and it's creating knots at the end, then just spray the ends of the hair with some water, comb them smooth, and then keep braiding. Once you make the part, smooth some Shine and Jam on it, make it straighter if necessary, and then use the curved edge of the comb to smooth the other hair upwards and out of the way. Also, this may be common sense, but always make sure that the section that you're braiding is fully detangled before you start to braid, otherwise it'll just end up in a knotty mess and it'll be hard to braid and frustrate you and your kid. Once I finish that half of the head, I do about 1-inch cornrows going perpendicular. This creates the look of a side part, and I braid down to the scalp and then twist the rest of the way down, just as I did the other braids. Now that all the cornrows are done, for the rest of the hair, I'm going to 3-strand twist about 1-inch sections. If you haven't ever learned or seen a 3-strand twist, check out the tutorial video that I have on how to do a 3-strand twist on my YouTube channel. I also have some shorts about it in my YouTube shorts, and it's on Instagram and TikTok on my page. If the hair isn't fully wet or fully dry when you do these twists, they'll come out frizzy faster. So I'm wetting up the hair just because it's easier for me to twist Naomi's hair while it's wet. Now sometimes I use just mousse here, and the mousse that I like to use is Doux Mousse Def Texture Foam. It works really well, but I want this to last for a couple weeks, so I'm also adding some Innersense gel with it. Not a lot, but just a little bit. And I apply the product to the strand that I'm twisting just before the twist goes in. On Naomi's hair, I'm doing about these 1-inch sections, as I said earlier, but the look of these twists is all going to depend on the density of the hair that you're doing. If it's very dense, then likely you can use smaller sections, but on her hair, it's, I would say, maybe medium density or so. So her twists will not look like they have wide gaps between them, but for somebody who doesn't have very dense hair, they want to make sure that they make very clean, even parts, because you'll be able to see them if the hair is not as dense. Also, make sure once you get to the bottom of the twist, you twirl the hair around your finger so that it curls up. If your hair doesn't curl up on its own, then you can get a perm rod roller to curl it up on, or even a flexi rod at the bottom, but those are kind of big just for ends. So I would do the perm rod roller.
This is my baby sister. Her name's Zaria. And we're playing Teacher Charlotte in the game. Her name's Gracie, and my name's Teacher Charlotte. 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 Silly. How come your name is going to be silly?
Now that the hair is complete, I'm going to decorate it. So I take a plastic threader with a gold string. Both are on my Amazon storefront. I thread the string halfway through so that the threader is right in the middle. Then I start by putting the threader through the braid very gently. This doesn't hurt at all. These plastic threaders are thin and go through the hair easily. And then I just thread the string through. Make sure your threader is being inserted on the same side of the braid all the way down, and then you'll switch it. So keep watching. Now that one side is finished, and to make the crisscross pattern, you'll now insert the plastic threader through the opposite side of the braid and pull through to make this X-like pattern. Once you're finished threading, you just wrap the thread around the twist going all the way down. I just do one side of the thread first, and then I'll do the other side of the thread last. Once you've reached the bottom, you can tie with a black rubber band. Then I'll add a couple pieces of hair jewelry just to the front sides of her hair. here's the final look. So to maintain this hairstyle for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to put some setting mousse on the braids, wrap them with a satin wrap, and then put her under the dryer. I do this anytime it starts getting frizzy. It's usually just every few days or so. And then the back of it is maintained by just wearing a silk bonnet every night. My kids all sleep on silk pillowcases at night as well, just in case their bonnets come off. On Naomi, her bonnet never comes off, so her styles are always maintained the longest.